If you've heard nothing else that I've said in the last 2 weeks, watch this video and you'll be okay. So much has changed anyway. Everything's changing by the day. I'm gonna give you some serious rubber meets the road advice on how to run your business through this pandemic, this bear market, soon to be recession, virus thing. I'm gonna teach you how to run your business through hell and back and be okay. Let's jump in. Ladies, gentlemen, Airbnb family, welcome back. You guys know that I have been in the losing side of businesses for 12 years. Don't you know that the business I still currently have running today is in the newspaper industry? I've been in that game since 2007, and I've owned my newspaper industry business since 2010. Handling shit hitting the fan is what I do. It's absolutely what I do, and I've done it for a decade, owning the company that I own. I've built a newspaper business to being $1 million revenue generating business per year. That's pretty darn cool in just a tailspin industry. So this tailspin, child's play. Freaking child's play, okay? Now, if you haven't seen my last couple of videos, my last 10 videos, I've been covering this every single day because I want to give you what you guys need to survive. You are my family. You guys are the people I talk to most, right? My brother finally called me. First time I've talked to him in like 4 months. It was refreshing. But I realized that you guys are the people that I spend my time with, and I want you all to be okay. Now, I've done a lot of mindset, a lot of business videos, but this channel doesn't really respond well to that kind of stuff. But you guys need to understand, you're business owners, mindset, tenacity, grit, all that stuff matters. So let me give you a recap of everything we've talked about so far, the stuff that's still relevant because things are changing by the day, and let me give you tried and true advice on how to run a business from a guy who's been handling losing industries for the majority of his professional career. That's me, okay? We're gonna squeeze some water out of some stone here. Now, what we've been talking about is the extenuating circumstance, word on the street. Airbnb staff have implied that they think that they're going to kick it down the road again. So it won't be until April 14th. We're going to see April 30th, May 15th extenuating circumstance coverage, which could really greatly affect how your bookings are going to go. You guys with the biggest properties have gotten your tails kicked the most because, as we all know, big groups book further in advance, months and months in advance, and they pay the most. But then when those people cancel last minute, you don't have enough time to get another big group. So a lot of you have had you've been getting just hammered, right? 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom homes are suffering the most right now, and I feel your pain. So you guys will need to redo your pricing strategy for long-term and last minute to survive, and that's what I want to talk to you about first. Let me give you an example. My best friend Sean Ray, he did this with logic in mind, but his logic ended up not working out. And my point of this story will be that we don't know. Okay, so Sean Ray has a big house that does parties. He gets $600 a night for the place. They all canceled, right? All of us have been dealing with that. And so now we have these open calendars. Well, somebody offered him $100 a night for 11 nights on his home. But he remembered that the people who'd pay like $100 or $150 a night for these very short stays were ruffians. They trashed his house. They weren't worth his time. So he said no to that group because he could still maybe get $250 a night on the weekends instead of $600 because he's looking at his relative price from his peak and what he thinks he could get if he discounted it. So he used his intuition and he declined that $1,100 for 11 days because there's 4 weekend days in there. He thought he could get $1,000 just for those weekend days and maybe scoot ahead on weekdays. Problem is his weekend did not book at all at $250. So he was out all of the money. So instead of getting $1,100 for 11 days, it's 6 days in and he's got $0. Right? And so that was a problem. The point is you don't know how low it has to go until you get down there, right? Until you fight to get some bookings, you start to see what's working. Now, a lot of you don't have an active price management strategy. A lot of you don't do what I do. And let me show you 2 charts. We are talking March 10th through 17th last year, March 10th through 17th this year. I gave these charts to a Forbes writer because he's covering us in this whole epidemic and the thing that Brian Chesky did to screw us all. He's covering it all, and it's going to be fun news coming up. Hopefully I can get him to really lean on the Brian Chesky's a jerk thing. But without that tirade, because we've covered those in previous videos, what we have here is I am 94, 96% booked last year. I'm still like 84, 87% booked this year, even when you can see the dip, right? Everybody's getting their tails crushed, but I'm twice as full as everybody else because I actively manage my calendar based on what needs to happen to get full. So a lot of you don't want to drop your prices. And so you're gonna have to drop your pride, just cut it out, cut that pride out, stop taking it personally, and drop your prices to the price that they need to be to get booked. Now, some of you might say, well, Sean, you're taking it personally. You've been getting super loud on this channel. You've been all emboldened. Well, yes, I am getting loud for you all. I'm getting loud for my host community, the people that you gave me a platform. Thank you for 100,000 subscribers, and I owe you in return a fight. I owe you a dog fight, and I'm going to be the dog in that fight. I'm going to make sure that you guys get paid, if at all possible, from Airbnb for what they stole from you. I'm going to try to get you paid. I owe you that one. So I'm gonna get loud, I'm gonna get dirty, I'm gonna get mean, I'm gonna be rough here. It's gonna be unprofessional, but I'm gonna have this platform aimed squarely at the front doors of Airbnb, and they're going to have to about face and like come meet you guys in the middle, or we're gonna have words. Like, we're gonna keep this fight up as long as it takes. That's why it's been like that. So yes, it's gonna seem like I'm taking it personally, but I'm taking it personally on your behalf because I want you focused on your business. I want you focused on running your business. I want you focused on staying in business. I want you to focus all of your energy on your personal fight for occupancy, for new revenue. That's where I want your head, okay? So with that said, as far as your booking rates go, your minimum night's price, you need to just cut all of your pride and what you think you deserve out. Hotels are closing, right? People, all the staff, they're getting laid off. Furloughed means temporarily laid off without pay. It's bad. Everybody's going through hell right now, and you're about to go through hell, but you're gonna fight your way through it, okay? So, the prices that I'm getting right now, just in case none of you have ever dropped your rates to get bookings last minute, you will have to drop them 30 or 50% more than you typically would, but if you've never even been there, let me tell you what I'm getting right now. I'm getting $75 a day in Dallas. I'm getting $55 a day in Houston, and I'm getting about $70 a day in Philadelphia for my bookings last minute, same day arrival. That includes my cleaning fee. That's how bad it is, right? You put a cleaning fee in there, and that's how much money I'm making. You'll need to start dropping your prices for today and for tomorrow a lot, so that way you can get those last minute bookings. The positive of this is that last minute bookings, you won't have people book and then cancel and get like a extenuating circumstance refund. We have people booking today, tomorrow, the next day, but then they cancel for some reason. We still get to keep that revenue. So even though we're collecting micro monies, sometimes we're collecting micro monies, they're canceling, we get that money, and we collect another micro money, right? So we're grinding, we're like Pac-Man with all the little dots. There's no big dots right now. That's the problem, and you have to be cool with that. Your big dots are long-term bookings, your longer ones. See, Sean Ray, that $100 a day for 11 days, that would have been his life support money. That would have covered his costs for 11 days of the month, because his cost to hold that property is about $3,000 for his house, big 5-bedroom house. He got he would have had his holding costs covered for 11 days. And that's what you want. What I want you guys to do is I want you to lock away and take the uncertainty away from part of your portfolio. I actually want you guys only like in the race with some of them. Right now, if you could take a bunch of monthly bookings, let's say you have 5 properties, and you get 3 of them to pay by the month to cover your cost, even have a very slight loss maybe, what you're doing is you're hedging your risk. We are at the time of greatest uncertainty, the greatest uncertainty, and that's the problem, is you need to know that you're gonna get through this. So any revenue near break even is your friend. I'm sure a lot of you can find some creative ways to cover a $100 or $200 loss per property per month. I think you got that in you, right? I think you can handle that. But losing $2,000 on a property in a month will be devastating. So long-term bookings, those open calendars, go into your listing from Airbnb, then you got listing, booking settings, pricing settings, availability and co-host, right? So you go to pricing and scroll down. You're gonna find that there's a place where you can set a custom weekly and monthly price week to week in the year. So I want you to go to this week, next week, next week. Like for the next 6 or 8 weeks, I want you to set really juicy weekly and really juicy monthly prices. And I mean insanely juicy. I want you to give people rent plus $50, right? That's what you're gonna charge them, rent and $50. You're gonna still pay the electric. You're still gonna pay the internet, but you got rent and $50. Or maybe do rent plus 200 if you think you can get it, but that's it. Or mortgage plus 200 if that's good enough. Let people book by the month at that price, right? Or let people book weekly with what is your weekly rent costs plus $75 per week, all right? And that'll be your markup. And that's how you break even, right? And get your inventory out of your hands. Just get it away, because what's cool now is you can have a clear head about the rest of your portfolio. If you can get half of your portfolio locked up into some pseudo long-term booking situation where you're gonna break even and you're gonna be okay, you're good. You are so good, because now your whole entirety of your business is no longer exposed. What I want you to do is I want you to focus first off right now on clearing out all of your exposure in the market, right? I want you to kind of get your inventory off the market by locking up some longer bookings. Another thing that you should do to do this is to go off platform. So we will do future videos on HomeAway and VRBO, Booking.com, and all the goodies there. We don't have enough time for me to do a comprehensive how to like start accounts and how to link them together, use channel managers. And I don't want you taking on any new costs like a channel manager. I don't want you doing that right now. But you could get on Booking.com, get a couple of your listings on Booking.com, set some prices, try to get some bookings, and just manually block your calendars. Because demand is so low, what's really the likelihood of you getting a double booking, right? And demand is so low, if you get a double booking, I bet you could call the one on Airbnb and go, hey, tell you what, I'm gonna give you an even better deal if I can move you to the apartment next door, right? If you get a double booking, you've got the best of the problems, right? Don't you? Okay, so don't worry about channel managers right now. If you get on Booking.com, do it dirty and just start getting some bookings. You want cash in your pocket right now. But off platform, we're using Craigslist, and we've actually gotten a few longer reservations off of Craigslist. We're trying Facebook Marketplace. It hasn't worked yet, but that's no reason not to do it. Like I told one of our audience members, let's do everything right now, and we can talk later about what did not work. Don't tell me it's not gonna work right now. Don't you put doubt in your brain. Do everything. We'll talk about what did not work after the fact. And know what happened? He listened to me, he adjusted his rates, and he got bookings immediately. He's like, you're right, Sean, sorry. Any amount of money right now in my pocket, I'm happy to take. So he about-faced mentally, and he's there. So you gotta cut out your pride. Stay focused. Now, if you can stay focused, keep a level head, no pride, look at this objectively, you'll find opportunities. See, while everybody's still losing their mind, there's gonna be some huge opportunities in the market because everybody's uncertain. Nobody knows what's gonna happen. And know what? There's people who are holding empty properties, landlords, who are scared, who don't think that they're gonna get any tenants, or they're building a new multi-unit and they don't know how this is going to go for them. They will fire sale off leases to you at a sick deal right now or next month. Just like I told you, fire sale off your listings to monthly furnished rentals because you want to clear off your uncertainty. That's a good business move, even if you're going to lose a little bit of money because it takes away your uncertainty. So now next month, you come into a building with a landlord, he gives you a sweetheart deal because he just wants his inventory off the market. He wants to take away his exposure, and you can take advantage of that too. And that's the important part. So last minute bookings and long-term bookings are ways to lock up your inventory, and you're getting bookings that aren't exposed to the extenuating circumstance policy. I think that's really going to be your best approach to the market. You don't want to lose your best housekeepers, so last minute booking strategy will allow you to have a higher volume of bookings. More listings booked per day means more housekeeper work, which means that they get to stay busy. And then you can work yourself in there as a housekeeper too to lower your total costs. A lot of you probably pay third-party housekeepers. If you pay third-party housekeepers like a contract company, you don't owe them anything. You clean your own listings. You stop paying a contracted company to clean where they overcharge you, clean on your own. If you have people you pay by the hour, or you have people that you pay like a very fair price per cleaning, like they're almost like in-house. If you have staff that is like generally in-house or paid by the hour, keep them working. Keep your best staff working. For everything else, you jump in there and you clean. Because again, it's about retaining those dollars. You're running so lean right now that you want to control all of your costs. Now, call all of your past business from last year, call all of your business travelers from last year, call all of your recent bookings, call all of your current guests, ask them if they're willing to extend or come back if they know anybody who travels into this town too. You've got some insane deals. Call schools, call hospitals, see if students need places because they're getting kicked out of the dorms, see if nurses or doctors need places because they're in temporarily, see if there's patients that need a place to stay because they're being quarantined, or see if there's anybody who willingly wants to self-quarantine because they have old family members that they want to keep at their house. Call around, get on the phone and dial. These are going to be the ways that you stay in business. But the most important part here is that you get enough of your inventory off the market so that way you can de-stress, you can decompress, and you can take a look at this from an opportunity mindset. Because what's going to be so crazy is that they say millionaires are made in recessions, fortunes are made in recessions, and we're not in one yet, but we will be in a recession. That's just the truth. Because we had a down month in February, and now March is down enough that it technically will qualify as a recession if you average them both together. I think we'll have lost enough between February and March to call it a recession, in my opinion. So, Stay strong, keep your head on straight, get to a safe space with your business by being creative, retain your best people, focus on the now, and be ready to strike at new opportunities, because there's going to be so many next month. I absolutely, truly believe it. Now, I'm mad at Airbnb. I'm still using them like we all are, because they're going to drive us some revenue. So I'm going to continue to take Airbnb bookings. I've got a very dry business relationship with them right now, but I'm still using them for any of you who want to know. I will be doing like a comprehensive what I'm doing, like mentally and in action, over the next couple of months. I'll tell you about where my company direction is changing in light of what has happened with Brian Chesky, and you'll be surprised. But I'm a business person, and you can learn from me as a business person. Like for the last couple of years, I've been trying to teach you guys to run this like a business, and this is a prime example of why. This is a business. This isn't just your house. You're running a business. So if you have questions, get on the Hosts of Airbnb Automated Facebook group, leave them in the comments here. I look forward to helping you survive. Hell and back, we're getting through this, because you're awesome. You deserve it. I really do care about you guys. I know it's weird. I have a guy on the one end of a camera actually care about you, but here I am. So welcome to the movement. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, all the regular stuff. And thanks for watching Airbnb Automated, and I'll see you on the other side.
Hi.